Well, good morning and welcome back, everybody, to our candy tier list, our Halloween candy tier list. And you know what? Arson's a little wore out because he's eating way too much candy corn. So, anyways, I want to welcome Arson in as my co-host and our other co-host, Grim. Grim, how are you guys doing, Arson?
He's been torturing me for 5 months. Someone call the cops.
Be careful if they call them on you, or they may come check on you, and you got your friend in the basement.
It's alright. I'll just kill him.
All right. So the spooky season is upon us, and we're in full effect in December for Halloween, guys. Aren't you excited? So we decided to do a spooky list of our favorite Halloween candy, and we've got our first 10 in the books. And today we have Arson here to tell you from S to D where so far everything ranks. Go ahead, Arson.
S to D, you mean S to C?
Oh, too soon?
In S tier, we have gummy bears and caramel fucking apple pops. And then in A tier, we have peanut butter M&Ms and Tootsie Roll pops. And in B tier, we have nut M&Ms, 3 Milky Way Musketeers, Butterfinger, and bitter honey. And in C tier, we have absolutely nuclear warheads in your mouth, warhead, and candy corn.
He's not even going to play with that. He's going to just not even play with that. He's just
I
don't know what to say anymore. I don't have a prompt. I'm just saying what I can.
All right, so that leads us to our next 10 that we're going to be working on. And to start that off, we're going to go with a freaking staple when it comes to Halloween candy. And then it's a type of bubble gum that, when you pop it in your mouth, you dang near break a tooth on it. And then when you get it all nice and soft and chewing on this gum, about 10 seconds later, it loses its flavor. But it's still amazing. And that is Double Bubble. So, with that being said, Grim, what do you think of Double Bubble?
I've never had gum before.
You've never had gum at all?
Nope.
Chewing gum?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I have never had gum before. I don't know. I've just never had gum before. But you know what? You see.
Wait a second. All that chewing during our playing session. Wait a minute. Oh my god.
You know what, Grim? I'm gonna change your name to Meg.
Does Pack even know that?
How have you never had bubble gum ever?
I don't know. I just never have.
Have you ever had a blow pop?
Nope.
Holy crap!
Never touched a piece of gum.
I'm sorry that I'm sheltered.
Does know about this?
Why would it matter?
Because I don't know. I'd imagine like with Pac, you hang out with him in real life. I don't know. Maybe he just like offered you some gum, and you could have declined, but also at the same time, yeah, I don't actually chew gum at all.
You're acting like you caught me cheating on you.
I swear, dude, every single episode we do of this, I learned something unpleasant, and it's killing me on the inside.
He's gonna regret having you in the
podcast.
No
wonder you're so miserable.
Holy cow. Okay, so Grim, go to your corner. Let the adults talk. So, okay, Arson, what do you think of Double Bubble?
I only ever remember this because of that one freaking like contest we had back when I was in elementary, where we tried to see which student could blow the biggest bubble, and I failed immediately because I didn't know how to blow bubbles back then.
I could see Arson. He's like trying to blow a bubble, spits freaking gum into the teacher's hair.
I was basically just spittling everyone. I failed so terribly.
Look, this bubble gum had one of the best flavors ever. Like it had such a good flavor to the bubble gum, but it did not last long. And then you'd end up popping another piece to get that flavor back. And by the time it's said and done, you'd have like a freaking big old wad of bubble gum in your mouth. You'd look like Ace Ventura, or somebody else that just had a big old wad of gum in their mouth, about choking on it. But it did have such a good flavor to it, and because of that, I would like to give it a higher tier, maybe A, but also you got to take into the fact that it was the freaking gum was hard as hell every single time you put it in your mouth. I've never come across a soft piece of double bubble ever. It's like almost breaking your teeth to get into it. Maybe that's how they conserve all the flavor into it, because once you chew it, it's gone. But I would have to say, like I said, potentially I think it's an A tier because I love it. I love the gum. But in realistic terms, I'd have to either give it a low B or a high C, because I'll go with low B just because of the nostalgia part of it.
I'd have to give it a C.
Yeah. So let's just put it in the C tier, because that's really where it really belongs. I mean, look, I love it. I do love the gum, but there's just so many factors. Like, I don't know how they still make it. Like, I guarantee they're the cause of so many kids going to the dentist right after Halloween. Oh, they chipped a tooth on what? Bubblegum. Except for Grim, because he's never had that joy. Anyways. Love you, Grim.
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
All right, Grim, you may come out of the corner.
I have to expose
Okay,
you to
thanks.
everybody now.
What?
Oh, it's
Wait till Cosmic hears about this.
Oh, trust me, there's worse.
Uh-oh. I can't wait to find this out.
No, actually, you don't want to know that.
Okay.
He's already given us layers.
Layers. All right, so let's go
It's
on
like
to the
an
next
onion.
one. It's
Layer.
like an onion. So
Stubborn jackass.
next on our list is, hold on, let me check with Grim. Grim, have you ever had a Sour Patch Kid?
Once.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
It's unbelievable. Anyways,
Jeez,
Sour Patch Kids, S tier, gummy, sour, sweet, gone.
I mean, let's face it, they're not as sour as Warheads, thank goodness. But that sourness turns to sweetness, and it is really a good mix, and I love the gumminess to it. Those Sour Patch Kids are usually pretty hard too, like they're a harder gummy. But once you like chew on it for a little bit, like kind of like suck the sourness and the sweetness off and get to the gummy part, it usually softens up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would.
Oh, yeah, Grim. Mm-hmm. That one time you ate them. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right.
Hey,
All
Arson,
right.
Trying to fit in, man.
Hey,
Sorry for trying to add to the conversation.
You ain't adding shit.
Hey, Arson, remember, you're the one that wanted to be on these tier lists right now. So
I'm
This
sorry.
is your fault.
Where did you put Double Bubble? I don't see it anywhere on the list.
All right. So, anyways, Sour Patch Kids, I actually agree to your terms as a low S.
I will allow that, but only because it's literally just on S. So
Yeah. So right here, bam. All right. So that leads me to one of my favorite candies of all time. And I have a feeling neither one of you have ever had it. So, like, again, I'm going to be stuck with having to put this somewhere where it's fair. However, Good and Plenty, to me, is amazing. Okay. First of all, you guys can tell me how you like the inner part of Good and Plenty, because, it is black licorice. So, that being said, it's like a little piece of black licorice rope wrapped in the goodness of either a white or a pinkish candy coating, and it's so good. Like they're so good. Oh, but it's also situational, because let's face it, not everybody. Black licorice is one of those things where you either like it or you don't. There's like no in
acquired
between.
taste.
Yeah. So, if you don't like black licorice, you're going to be straight up like D tier. And if you love black licorice and love the addition of the candy coating, you're going to be like, oh, that's A or S tier 100%. So, let me ask, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure I do know the answer to this. Let's start with Arson. Arson, have you ever had Good and Plenty?
No.
And I know that because I know you've never had black licorice either. Oh no,
That's
actually,
bullshit.
you-
I've had
you-
black licorice.
you just tried black licorice not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you liked it.
It
So
was an acquired taste.
it was, but it's pretty good. All right, so Grim, have you ever had Good and Plenty?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
But I've
wasn't
never had it.
I was gonna say that wasn't the question, but okay. So I think it's gonna be up to me to place this, and I want to be fair about it because I know, like, as much as I would love to put it in S tier or A tier, I feel like that if I had people in here that has tried it, they would be like, I don't know, I'd have some resistance. So what I am willing to do is put it into a mid-high B tier for me. And that's hard for me to do because I really want to put this up there at the very top. But I'm trying to be objective, So that being said, I think it's going to go in between peanut M&Ms and Three Musketeers. And that's where I place it. And since you guys have no idea how it tastes, well,
It's really just a ploy for Phoenix to get his agenda through.
this is my candy agenda.
Congratulations for the 5 people that are going to listen to this.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You give us way too much credit. It's probably more like 3 or 4, but
1.
you know
Like,
what?
his sister's the only person left listening to this.
I was like, we always have my sister. And she loves it when we call her out, like, all the time. It's so funny.
Shout
out to my sis. So I love you, sis. I hope you are having a fabulous December, and I wish I could be home with you.
Yeah, and if he does somehow end up home with you, make sure this numbnut doesn't lick another cold metal pole or something.
Hey, really? We gonna go there already?
Yeah, we're gonna go there. We're already strolling through memory lane. Let me just put on my top hat. Let me get my round glasses and my cane.
All right,
Start
Mr.
tap dancing my way
Projectile.
down the lane.
Like, freaking, we got Mr. Soup Cam Sam over here projectile vomiting in his elementary school.
Soup can.
I don't know where that came from, but whatever. Anyways. Actually, that was one of the characters off of freaking Psych. It just was like Soup Cam Sam. But anyways, we don't have the time for this. All right, so moving on, we have got an amazing wafer candy, and it is like so good. It's inside a chocolate, and they call them a Kit Kat. So
no more discussion. Oh, these. I'm sorry, Grim. You've probably never had these.
All right, number 1, that hurt. Number 2, I agree, it is S tier. Number 3, fuck you.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, like,
I don't know what to expect of you anymore. I don't even recognize you anymore. Like a whole different man.
that's the point. I
Wicked
keep you on your toes. Anyway. But yeah, no, like as someone who isn't like a crazy big fan of chocolate, right? It's a good enough blend of the actual chocolate and then the wafer itself, and then just the satisfying crunch. Like it's not like, breaking your teeth on glass type crunch, but it's just like a nice little like, So yeah, it's got to be S tier. Like I can't put it any lower.
It pairs well with the ads too when they break it and then they bite into it. It's just nice.
Mm-hmm.
Break me off a piece of that double bubble.
Kit Kat bar. All right.
Yeah, it is. It is just objectively very solid candy.
All right, so where on S tier? You know what? I'm going to give this to you guys because I love a Kit Kat. Don't get me wrong. I really do. Like, is it my favorite candy bar? because I consider it a candy bar, kind of. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
but it is not my 100% favorite. My favorite is still yet to come. It is on this
What say
list.
you, Grim? Is this better than gummy bears?
Are Kit Kats better than gummy bears?
5 seconds.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think Kit
think so
Kats are
either.
better than gummy bears.
So here,
It's close, but yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
right behind gummy bears. Like gummy bears are just there's something else.
all right. So you. Oh, by the way, you can thank Maya for me adding gummy bears onto here because I
Thank you,
wasn't
Maya.
gonna put them. I really wasn't gonna put them.
Well, technically, the original concept was that it was Haribo, but we kind of had to
But those are
change it.
trash.
Yeah, those are trash, so we just went for gummy bears as a whole.
She may not like that, but
Sorry, Maya, but
It's our list.
it's the objective truth that any other gummy bear is better than Haribo gummy bear.
All right. So that leads us to the next one. And man, I remember when this candy came out. This came out like when I was in like middle school, high school, and that I remember of at least. And they were so big in the high school because we would eat candy, and stuff like that. And it was so good because you never thought of having a sucker with bubblegum in the middle. However, Grim, you need to go back to your corner because you don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
So that being said, blow pops are now on the table. What do you say about a blow pop, Arson?
They're not better than Tootsie Roll Pops to me. They're fine, but I don't really like them that much.
Yeah, I think you're right. So the maker of blow pops are Charms. And if you've ever had a Charms sucker, just picture a Charms sucker, and in the middle is your bubble gum. The bubble gum was also lackluster to me, but it was still a little bit of bubble gum. You chew up on the sucker, and that candy would get mixed with the bubble gum as you're chewing it, and then it would kind of degrade the bubble gum a little bit. So, and then you would have just very little bubble gum. So it was good. Don't get me wrong. And now they got those like jumbo blow pops where they have a bigger piece of bubble gum in the middle, but still,
That doesn't really change anything.
right. It doesn't.
I don't know. I just feel like the Tootsie Roll Pops to me are superior in every way.
Oh, I do too. I agree. This is definitely not an S tier and A tier candy. I don't believe. If it is A tier, it's low, and it's way behind Tootsie Roll Pops because let's face it, Tootsie Roll Pops offer so much more. The candy is better. Then who wouldn't like seriously a Tootsie Roll on the inside of a freaking sucker? That's genius. You know what I mean? Like
give this man a raise.
Yeah, exactly. Who thought of that? You deserve the world, sir or ma'am. But anyways, I think that it would be somewhat of a strong B minus.
Yeah, I'd probably give it lower than that, but honestly, I can mess with the B minus.
All right, so I think that it should probably be below bitter honey, honey. Sorry,
Bottom of the barrel.
bottom of the barrel. That's right. So, but it's not bad enough to be in C. But I do like a good blow pop, like really do. It's good. But
every once in a while, but
it's also something that I don't keep on hand at all times. You know what I mean? Well,
it's not a Tootsie Roll Pop.
Right, exactly. It's not. I if I had the choice between the two, it would definitely be the Tootsie Roll Pop before the blow pop. And if I had the choice between the three, the freaking caramel apple pop would be number one. But then again, with the Tootsie Roll Pop bags that you get a bunch of different flavors, so that's always good. But anyways, moving on. I'm putting that right there because
what even is that? I don't even know what the hell that is.
So the next candy is kind of like it's kind of like Bitto honey, but it's like a peanut butter flavor to it, and it's got little pieces of peanuts in it, and it's called Mary Jane. They're Mary Janes, and they're like older candy. People know them because they come in the black and orange wrappers for candy. And those things are the worst candy I've ever eaten, ever. Like, there is no way that they would be better than anything on this list, let alone Arson's arch nemesis, candy corn. Like, this stuff is so awful that anybody that would put that in my bag, I would punch them in the face. Like, straight up, I'd throw it back at them like, you go to hell!
Justified assault.
Exactly. And they're like, I wish curses on nothing but you and your family. You know, but Mary Jane candy was good for back in the 50s when people didn't have tastes. But you know, you fast forward to the 80s, 90s, and forward on from that, and we have all these fabulous tasting foods and candies, and you throw that shit in our face? No, sir. And yes, I said shit. So suck it.
Double whammy.
Exactly. So Mary Jane's to me is the bottom of the barrel D. I would put it lower if I could, but no, that's horrible. And if anybody
I'll let you put it lower than D if you put candy corn in D.
Oh, it's already too late, man. It's too late.
You're right. The rules are set in stone.
They are. We made these rules with the tier list and DVD. We gotta abide by them.
Not really our rules. It's just kind of like how it is in general
Right.
for everybody. It's a universal rule. You cannot change the tier list.
Correct. So Mary Jane's are going to be in the D tier. I'm happy with that for now. And this leads to the final four of this episode and some of the best candies you can have. And the next one, Graham, have you ever had a Reese's Pieces?
Oh yeah, I love Reese's Pieces.
Okay, here we go. All right, so I had to double
still
check.
Might be salvageable yet.
Yes. So Reese's Pieces to me was something that I ate a lot of as a kid because I could not have milk-based products at first. And since Reese's Pieces has no chocolate in it whatsoever, because it's just the peanut butter and the candy coating, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And between that and what made Reese's Pieces super famous was the movie E.T. Because you know they had the E.T. commercials, him eating Reese's Pieces, and like it was actually in the movie. Like, I love Reese's Pieces. I cannot go to a movie theater without buying a box of them and eating them. To me, they are the best of the best when it comes to Reese's labeled products. No one could say anything else. The only thing that made it better is when Reese's Cups brought out the cups where they actually had the Reese's Pieces inside the Reese's Cups. And that was awesome. But still, Reese's Pieces to me are top tier. Anybody else want to take more? Because I've been talking too much. Your turn.
Reese'sception.
I mean, yeah, no, like Reese's Pieces are my favorite form of Reese's, just because there's no chocolate at all, and like it's kind of the same sort of thing with like, you know, I guess really any candy, like, you know, you get too much of it and then you start to dislike it. But I feel like you can eat you could eat a lot of Reese's Pieces before you'd start getting like taste fatigue of them. Like you can eat like 3 whole bags before you're like, all right, maybe I shouldn't. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it is low S at minimum.
I agree, at least. So, what about you, Arson? What do you think of Reese's Pieces? And tell me why you're not your favorite, but pretty close.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of D. No, I'm just kidding.
Someone's still
better.
salty.
They're better than the Reese's Cups to me.
Yeah. Yep.
They're just better.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's over. Let's just wrap this up so I can go to bed.
We still got a long way to go. So, okay.
Go fuck yourself.
So where on S tier? Because I feel like it should be not lower than Sour Patch Kids, but right above it.
They're above the caramel pops.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, that's fair.
So middle of S tier between all of them. All
The
right,
middleman.
the middleman. All right, and that leads me to one of my favorite candy bars of all time, but it literally is not Reese's Pieces because it's not a candy bar. However, it is a Reese's cup. And people, you can say what you think about a Reese's cup, but they are so freaking delicious. Peanut butter, chocolate, how can you beat that, really? Unless you're allergic to peanut butter or chocolate, then I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But Reese's cups, some say it's better, like if you're around Easter and you get the eggs, that they actually taste better. There's more peanut butter in the eggs, or the pumpkins for Halloween. But overall, like, the Reese's cup is awesome. That being said, let's move it around the panel and find out what Arson thinks. It's not sleep time yet.
Damn. Reese's cups. What's there to say? They're peanut butter chocolate flavor in a cup.
So good.
Yep. That's it.
All right, Graham.
So,
He's like, I have never.
I
had
still
a
like
Reese's
them.
cup. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Okay, come on.
I never had them before.
I still like them,
Yeah,
but not even remotely close to the same extent as Reese's Pieces.
yeah.
Highest I can go is like
Hold on,
high B or low A. That's the
Okay.
highest I can go. But
Okay.
yeah.
So for me, I think it's a fairly high A. But you know, I don't think it's S tier, because let's face it, Reese's Pieces are superior, and there can only be one Reese's product at S. And if it was, since we don't have Fast Break on this list, Fast Break is really good too. I'm just saying, like, all the other Reese's products are really good as well. However, I think Reese's cups are an A tier. I don't know where on A tier. I don't even care where on A tier. I will let Arson
right
suggest.
in the middle between peanut butter M&Ms and the Tootsie Roll Pops.
Okay, so slightly better than a Tootsie Roll Pop, but not as good as peanut butter M&Ms. Look at that, two peanut butter chocolate things right next to each other. That's great, isn't it?
Who would have thunk it?
Man.
Yeah. So, and this brings me to our next one, and let me just tell you something. Skittles are great, but I had something today that puts any Skittle I've ever had to shame, but it is still a Skittles product. And that is called Skittles Popped. I got them at Walmart, and basically what they are is they're freeze-dried Skittles. Best thing I've ever eaten when it comes to a Skittle ever. Like,
That's legal.
It's amazing, man. I would put that at like Omega S tier if I could, but that's not what we're talking about, because I don't remember getting freeze-dried Skittles for Halloween. So this takes us back to Skittles. And
What if I just blowtorch a bunch of Skittles and give them to you?
then they demelt it. So all I'm saying is, if you guys have not, get to your nearest supermarket. I got these at Walmart, and they're in a bigger bag, like you see the bigger bags of candy, and they're Skittles Popped, and it cost about $5.50, $6 for a thing of them. But the freeze dries candy, it's just so good. Like, I cannot tell you how amazing it is. You have to try it for yourself. All right. So anyways, back no longer with the little
enough glazing.
Yeah.
Time to get to the tier list.
All right, so Grim, this was one of your picks. So where would you like to put Skittles?
Has to be top of S. I will accept nothing less.
The
very top of S.
Very top of S. I will fight tooth and nail.
The king.
I don't agree with that.
Oh no!
That's fair.
Where would you rank them then, Phoenix?
I wouldn't give them anything. I'd give them maybe a mid to low A. Like that.
I thought you were gonna say something diabolical and say
I thought you were
B.
gonna be like C tier, and I was gonna like,
Be
oh, I
right
was gonna
next to
jump through the
candy
screen.
corn. No.
Oh my!
No, I mean, to be fair, I would give it. I don't think they're. I don't know. Oh, see, you know how you talk about in moderation, how we could eat more Reese's Pieces than Skittles? Skittles,
I don't think so.
You cannot eat more Skittles than you can Reese's Pieces.
No. No, I think you can definitely eat more Skittles than you can Reese's Pieces. That might just be me coping, but I think
Yeah.
that's true.
I don't know. I to me they're too sweet, you know, and that's fine.
I can see that. I can see that.
I like Skittles. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
they're no higher than a lower A to me. They're definitely not above Reese's Cups to me. But with your high freaking S tier above freaking gummy bears and my low A, we got to find some middle ground. So Arson's our middle ground.
No, just
I will fight you.
pull up at the Walmart parking
I'm gonna
lot.
strangle you.
I will ice freeze you. Frozen Grim.
So where
No,
would you put him?
It's a tricky question.
Yeah.
I would put him in S, but yeah, I don't know if they're at the top of the list, but it's definitely up there. It's not A. It's definitely S.
Man. Well, with my low A, his high S, and your regular S, would it be safe to say it'd probably be either above or below Sour Patch Kids, right around that area?
I don't know. Whatever.
I'll
It's
tell
up
you
to
what.
you guys. It's up to you guys and your arguments at this point.
I know.
I mean, like I said, I'm fighting tooth and nail. So any higher I can get, the better.
So I'll tell you what. I will give the right to choose the spot to Arson.
So if I say at the very top of the list, will you allow me?
I mean, if that's what you want, then yes. However, you did say that you wouldn't put it at the top. So I feel like you'll be a fair judgment of this. If Grim agrees, you get to place this one.
They're better than gummy bears. Put them at the top.
Are you freaking serious?
Oh
yeah, baby! Woo!
You're full of crap. You just I can't.
No, I'm not.
You're just upset because you can't taste the rainbow.
Feel the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
If it was freeze dried Skittles, they'd be way above that.
I'll freeze dry you. Let's move on to the next thing. Or are we done here?
No, we've got one more, and that would be Smarties. And I'll tell you right now, I cannot stand Smarties.
Well, that's a real shame, isn't it?
Yeah. So Smarties are literally, chalk dust into pill form, and kids like to crunch them up
them
and
into smoke. Yeah, the cool kids.
Yeah.
All the cool kids used to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're probably the ones that are working at a freaking McDonald's because they're brain dead. But anyways, Smarties to me are not at all good. So like I have ate them because I don't know. They don't have that good of a taste to me at all. They got a little sourness to them. But I don't know. Anyways,
must have left that part of your taste buds back on that metal pole.
Well, it's a good thing then, because that thing's nasty. And it was a bell, thank you very much. So
all right.
A bell?
We got a job to do. Grim, have you had these?
Grim, have you ever had a Smartie?
Of course I've had Smarties.
Really?
I'm sorry, I have to
hold on.
Double check and make sure.
Have you ever had gum? No, I haven't. What about Smarties? Well, of course I did. Like, come
what
on.
do you take me for, an animal?
Yes, I do.
But yeah, no.
Congratulations,
But yeah, no,
you
I
upgraded
love
to barn
Smarties.
animal.
I love Smarties. I can see why. I can definitely understand why you don't like them, Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
But like, okay. I'll say the highest I can give them is low A. Anything between low A and high C, I can fully accept.
To me, I give them C. Like probably
That is completely understandable. I think that they're better, but I fully respect that because I can
Yeah.
definitely see why.
All right, so Arson, what about you, bud?
I could fully enclose this and give it a solid low A tier. But I'm gonna be the honest man, and I'm gonna say they're B.
Where at on B?
I would say they are above plenty.
Okay, so low, mid to low, basically.
Yep.
No, mid to high, actually. All right, so with me, I think they're above Warheads, but below the gum. On C. So with Grim having a high or a low A, you having a mid to low B, and I having a mid C at best, I would say it's probably more of a low B, maybe below Butterfingers.
Yeah, I can fully accept that.
What do you say?
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. We are done with episode 2. We have got 20 in the bag, 20 in our big old Halloween bag, and we got 10 more to go through on our next episode. And if you have enjoyed this episode, let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy listening to this podcast at all, go visit our link in the description below. It'll take you and serve all your From the Ashes needs, including my fabulous but yet trashy Twitch. No, I'm kidding. So it's been a while since I messed around with that, just messing with Arson. But yeah, for seriously, if you guys want to check that out, check out From the Ashes. And as you guys are listening to this now, our tier list should be up on the screen for YouTube, and you should be able to see all of our picks as far as we got right now. But until later, guys, I want to thank Grim and Arson for being here. We got one more to go, guys, and we'll be done with this tier list and on to our next short, which we still have yet to decide. But that being said, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day and week. And, have a great Christmas break, a month of Christmas. Like, have an amazing one.